Thank you. Welcome to Myspace podcast. This is your host, Mwenda Thuranira. And as always, I go out there, I bring you people who bring value to your life, people who teach you stuff maybe you never know, people who sharpen your skills on what you know already. So today we are honored to have a guest who is in interior design, interior deco. Wale watu wa interior mko wapi? Leo tutafunzwa mambo yote inayohusika na interiors. So stay tuned, stay right there. Today we are having a good time. My guest is Duncan Mwenda. Almost everybody was asking me, Mwenda, is he your brother? Is he your cousin? Yes, he's my brother. He's my brother in business, my brother in many things. Karibu Duncan.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. Mm-hmm. And maybe who's Duncan Mwenda?
Duncan Mwenda is just a Kenyan, a Christian born again, an interior designer with a passion to build and see things coming out clearly. We make spaces habitable after people like you have done structures. And I enjoy and I thrive in making spaces look more habitable. Mm-hmm. That's all about me.
Your social background, where did you grow up?
Well, I hail from Meru County. Mm-hmm. I studied in what they call grades right now, the primary school and high school, both in Meru. Mm-hmm. And then I proceeded for tertiary institution in Mombasa. Mm-hmm. That is where I went to study my first degree, which was way away from what I'm doing right now. Ile ya mzazi anakuambia fanya hivi ndio nilipe school fee. So I went to study journalism and mass communication with my M.Ns. And then at second year, I joined an interior design class from my own pocket. Yeah.
Good. And what would you say, I mean, why interior design? Why not journalism, since you studied it?
Well, I like doing things that are not being done by everybody. And I came to realize that journalism has everybody in it. And then I also foresaw that the technology, the one that we are in right now, everybody is a media personnel. With your phone, you can record and you can share with news. You can share with us news on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. And that is already news. So that means one person has lost a job.
Yes.
But for interior design, it is self-employment. And the market is so broad. And when I joined, actually, that is 7.5 years ago, we were very few in Kenya. So I think that is the motivation behind me joining interior design.
So you saw a gap?
I saw a market niche.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. So basically you make some spaces which are looking funny, you make them look fine.
Correct.
Am I correct?
Very correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. Also, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He told me Pinterest. Pinterest.
Yes.
Has eaten a lot of your business. Is that true?
Well, for some it has, but for someone like me, Pinterest is a class. We get there, we get to learn, we get to understand how Indians are doing the interior decor. We get to understand how Chinese firms are doing their interior decor, and we bring that now in our Kenyan firm, in our Kenyan market. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
And now, when you're doing here, do you do that just what they're doing out there, or you incorporate with the local, some African interiors?
Well, you see, interior design is all about satisfying the client.
Yeah.
You advise the client what they want. You listen to what the client wants, and then you advise them accordingly. So you don't just bring what you have learned. You also incorporate their ideas and your personal ideas and experience. Okay. Yes.
So sometimes, like, I've a friend in the industry. They tell me the hardest part is when you go, somebody tells you, I saw something in someone's house, I want it exactly like that. You experience that?
Yes, and it is challenging sometimes because your space and someone else's space is not equal in terms of measurement, height and length and everything. So sometimes it is challenging to achieve the exact thing, and sometimes it's just easy for clients who are flexible. Okay. Yeah.
And does everybody require interior design?
Everybody requires an interior design.
Why?
But in Africa, we behave as if we don't require them. We behave as if we don't require an interior designer, an architect, an engineer. We want to do things by ourselves. But specifically speaking about an interior designer, interior design is what makes a room habitable. I'll keep repeating that because a house without interior decor is just a structure. So everybody needs a habitable space that looks beautiful, simple, and meets their demands. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So what's the market overview of the interior design in Kenya?
I feel like it is still too broad for us. Even if you are to give some other 10,000 interior designers in Kenya, specifically Nairobi, will still not be able to, capture everything. It is still very broad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for us, from a developer's perspective, real estate developer, of course, when we build houses for sale, we leave them at a basic state.
Yeah.
And why we do that is to make sure once a client comes in, through interior design, they can put in their character in it.
Yeah.
From your own opinion, at what state should we be leaving the houses? The way they are, ama tunaendelea sahivi?
Well, it has been challenging for me, especially in houses that are built in Syokimau and especially Lavington, where the developer leaves the house in the minimal standards of an interior decor. So we come in and we give the client a budget that looks like buying a new house. But all in all, we keep advising them that it is very important for us to achieve interior decor, which makes the room look different from the way the developer left it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what are challenges faced in the interior design business in Kenya?
Well, interior design, you must look at it from a business perspective, because after all, pesa, ni pesa, sindio? So the first challenge is we meet clients of different nature. So there are people who have got their budget ready. There are people who don't have a budget. There are people who know what they want to see in their house, but they don't know the cost. There are people who know what they want to see in their house and they are familiar with the cost. So the first thing is cost challenges, because you may give a client a quotation of 25 million and they had a budget of 10 million. Hapo mmepitana tayari. So the first challenge is cost, because interior design is something that is almost new in Kenya. We haven't fully embraced the art of interior decor. So the second challenge is sometimes it is challenging to get the quality materials in the right prices. Quality materials in Kenya mostly are hiked in prices. So lazima uende utafute mpaka mahali kampuni ziko. Na kwa kampuni, if you're not buying the right amount, they may not favor you with their cost. I think those are the two main challenges that are faced in this industry. Yeah.
So, I know in real estate, what happens, the highs always have a bigger appetite than the wallet.
Correct.
Do you experience that?
Yes. And this happens a lot with upcountry clients. For Nairobi clients, kidogo tunaeleano. But upcountry clients, utapata mtu ako na budget ya 1 million, and they want you to achieve something that is costing 8 million.
Oh.
Munapitana tu.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. So it's a challenge across.
It is a challenge that is across. It's just a business like any other.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for people watching us today. For people listening to us, it's very important we have your questions. So if you have a question regarding interior design, if you have a question for Duncan, for me, please write it down here so that we can address the issue. If you have a comment, you are welcome to. I see many of you have tuned in. Eric Wawire, Kadhi, Adil Mogambi, watching from Matu, Brian Monyua, from Meru, Roire, you know him?
Yes, I know that guy.
Okay.
He's my neighbor.
Jite Babu, tuned in. Mwaka Onyoka Kevin, good insight, good vibes. We keep learning from the greats. Wow. That's a comment from Munyaka. Nora Meriti, watching such an encouraging interactive segment. Bravo, Myspace Properties. Thank you, Nora. Eric Omondi, watching from UN. UN is University of Nairobi or United Nations?
United Nations.
United Nations.
Yes.
Okay, Pato Bundi, nice one. Kimadi Moria, good evening, gentlemen. Tune in from Meru. a big inspiration watching you guys do this. Shout out to Dan for the great works he's doing in interior works.
Thank you.
Luciane Chebotibin Limo is watching. Bridget Mwenda Maweu, and many of you. So now, and Vanessa Magiri, mpa wangu wako hapa pia. But then she said she wanted to change something in the house. So she might be calling you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Yes. Ali, ndugu yangu, 4x4. Bundu Lovers, nakujua. Boss Moshena, Andrian Kenja, and Ali says, keep on the good work. Thank you, bro. Sue Kenywa is watching. So take us through the process. When somebody needs interior design, for example, somebody has watched you here at Myspace.
Yes.
And they want their house or office done. What's the process from A to Z? Take us through the journey.
The first and foremost thing is to do a site visit.
Yes.
Once I do a site visit with my team, we'll be able to check the space, understand the dimensions of every room, listen to the client, get first-hand information of the actual design, the engineer, everything that was happening. After that, then we have a physical meeting with the client in my office, either in Gara or at Eastern Bypass. We listen to their demands, to their needs, to their tastes, and their preferences. Once we do that, we are now able to prepare a quotation. Usually, we don't give a single quotation for, let's say, gypsum ceiling. We'll give you like 3 or 4 quotations, which have different capacities. For instance, you may give a quotation where the gypsum ceiling is inclusive of electrical works and lighting. Utapata kuna client mwingine akona fundi wake wa stima, so you list that one. So you give 3 or 4 quotations, and then you invite the client again for a discussion, and that is when you sign the quotation that you are going to work with. And then after that, after we have agreed on the quotation, we do something that is called a 3D drawing. So this is basically aesthetically getting you through the space of what you are going to expect. Hatukuji tu tuanze kutengeneza unashindwa hii ni nini nafanywa hapa. Tunakuchorea kwanza, alafu tunakuja tunakuonyesha chenye tunatengeneza. Ndio tukubaliane. So your work is just to come and confirm, oh yeah, this is what we agreed, this is what we agreed. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then of course you work with the client's budget.
Yes, of course we work with the client's budget, of course.
And I understand, I don't know what true it is, maybe you might break this myth for us. I'm told the people in interior make more money than the people who build the actual building.
Well, somehow it's true.
It's true?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't...
So I'm in the wrong business.
Not really, but you need to get in the business of interior design.
Yes.
It pays. It pays. With honesty, it pays.
Okay.
Yes, it pays. Way better than being an engineer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you see, an interior designer like myself now, if you give me some apartments, I'll take you through gypsum ceiling, wall skimming, waterproofing and painting. I'll take you through flooring. I'll take you through cabinets, kitchen cabinets and wardrobes and closets. And sometimes there are clients who don't have even a formula for plumbing and electrical works. So I take you through that one as well. So when combining all these projects, unaona mahali tunaelekea sasa. Yeah.
Enyewe. Hapo sasa, umenichanua ndugu yangu. So I see Peter Kevin, big up, great friends. Motethia Aaron, a big inspiration, tune in from Meru. Magdalene Gaki, big up kiongozi. Sasa sijui ni wewe kiongozi ama ni mimi.
Kiongozi ni wewe hapa.
Bintu MC Ngesha watching. And we have Kathy Andrews, my hood. Hey.
My hood property.
Mtu wetu wa nguvu. She's been a guest here and she does a good job by selling wood.
She's watching from, I think,
from Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
Ameenda kuuza mbao huko Dar es Salaam.
Kabisa na supply mpaka huko. Yeah.
Okay. Alikuwa guest hapa na alitu-entertain sana.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, you watched it?
Of course.
Good. So, Kathy Andrews, I'm a developer. And the biggest challenge we face as clients, we may approve of design, but the final product may not be exactly what they expected. What happens? It's like what you buy online and what you get.
Yes. Now, that is why I address the issue of After we have agreed on the budget, you are okay with the quotation that I've given you, and you have agreed what you're working on, if it is gypsum with the lightings and electrical works included. I mentioned that before working, I actually take you through a 3D drawing. Wale ambao wanakupea chenye ambacho huku Honda ni mtu ambaye anakuambia wacha tutengeneze sasa. You see? You see, that is a shortcut. And a 3D drawing doesn't cost you even a single coin once we are in agreement to work together. Yes. So when you have a 3D drawing, ni kama ikiti ni kuchole ikiti. Mahali kuna pin, lazima hiyo pin itakuwa. Yes. That is the only way to achieve the correct design that you agreed.
Okay.
Yes.
So before you, the actual work, you do a 3D, and you agree with
yes.
on whatever you need, materials you need and everything.
Yes. And if there are changes to be made, they should be made before. In the 3D designer, that is where we make the changes.
Yes.
Because tukishaanza kujenga, ni hivyo tushaanza kujenga.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
I remember back then when I was based in the US, one of my clients, actually some business, maybe some good idea, he used to buy penthouses in the apartments.
Yeah.
When they are coming up, and he wanted it always shell. Actually, he was an interior designer. So when the penthouse is up, you would really make it really good. So let's say the prices now, these other ones were selling for 10 million. His unit could go even to 30 million.
Oh, wow.
Almost 3 times.
Okay.
How possible is that?
Well, it is possible because, you know, interior design is giving everything taste, from your walls to the ceiling to the floor, in the simplest way you can.
Yes.
Minimalist design is the way to go.
Yes.
So the simpler you are, the better. So if you achieve the taste and the craft that stands the test of time, then no one has problem giving you more money. Yes.
Wow.
We all want to solve problems with our money.
Yes.
So if I'm solving your problem, if you come into a room and you feel it is very warm for you, and you feel very comfortable, what you find in the living room is what you find in the bedroom. Your bedroom, which is the masterly suite, is different from the child's bedroom. You feel comfortable in your house. So you'll go extra mile and give whatever coin that is asked, which is extra.
Wow, wow, wow. So this particular guy was almost making 3 times...
3 times the cost, yeah.
The cost.
Yeah.
So he was making double the profit what the developer could be making.
Skills.
Wow. Watu wangu, chanukeni, mnasikia pahali pesa iko. Interior design.
Yes.
So Shash Morethi is watching, Vesh Kawe, Mugambi Vincent, Obura Wycliffe, Judith Onyango. Shash Morethi says, Mugeni the Mwendas. Mugamono. Darius Kemboi, Phineas Kemadi, Cynthia Wavinya, Mugambi Vincent, my brother Dan, to greater heights. You know him?
Yes, I know him.
Okay.
He's all the way coming.
Oh, Joseph Gitonga, Mwenda. Esron Njoroge, Mutito, I always get inspired by you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Esron. Mombasa Wallpaper Center. Watu wa wallpaper pia wanaangalia.
Wananitambua.
By the way, wanakutambua? I'm sure you consume.
Mimi nilianza kazi Mombasa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Ira Limeme, Duncan Munene, Star World Engineering, Mwenda mbusu wangu, Miyakoto 1, sijaelewa hiyo, Sashin Gabide, Josephat Mbadi, Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, kindly allow me to advertise our registered business. Kambidi Electrical Solutions. Wow. If you want to advertise, I think there's a number which will be shared there, and you can talk to the people who do that. Yeah. And Aking Inyar Awar is watching, Moriungi, Official, Danito, Abel Kibet, good work. Muriuki Mugambi, Mwenda Thuranira, a great inspiration, grateful to, unanibamba na wewe. Ama unanichocha. Christine Mugwongo and Justus Raundo. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back with you.
Hi, welcome to Thome Square. Let's see what Thome has to offer. Karibu.
Welcome back. Today we are with the interior designer himself, Duncan Mwenda, and we are handling matters interior design. Who needs it and why? So, and keep your questions coming. And one question I would like to ask you. When it comes to interior design, and now with the technology,
Yes.
has it affected you in any way?
Yes, it did. Technology is affecting everyone. And when it comes to interior design, it is actually affecting us the most. Because, for instance, the Chinese firms, they keep bringing in new products each and every year. So you find kama ni panels ulikuwa unaweka za aina hii this year, the coming year zimebadilika. Also the technology cuts across the marketing platforms. Kitambo Facebook ndio ilikuwa mzuri ya kumarket. Right now you see TikTok is coming very well.
Yes.
Yeah, so technology is cutting across all sense. Yeah.
Wow. And the technology as far like the design, making the renders.
Yeah, also when it comes to making the renders, it is very easy. For the 3D design that I mentioned before, it may take me a single or 2 days. But before, like 4 or 5 years before, it would have taken us like 2 or 3 weeks. Lakini sahi mambo iko rahisi sana. Yes, you sit in your laptop and within 8 to 10 hours, you have accomplished what you want to draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So Shivin Interiors Limited is watching. Ken Kemadi, Kathy Andrews, supervision of works by the design team is very critical. They won't allow for shortcuts. Kweli.
Yes.
Supervision by you or by the client? Or by both?
Both.
Or both?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ira Rimeme, great to see my brother Dan grow from a mere laborer to a CEO. Go to the Mwendas. So, tell us about that. When you were a laborer?
While I was in Mombasa, I was studying at Technical University of Mombasa. That is where I did my degree in journalism and mass communication.
Yes.
And then I joined the interior design class. At some point, pesa ikakuwa nishinda. Mzazi hakuwa na uwezo.
Okay.
So I was a casual laborer in Kongoya market.
Yes.
Tulikuwa tunabeba nyanya huko, tunalipwa, unapata pesa yako kama ni 500 or 600 in a single day.
Yes.
Which was quite some good money. In 2014, that was a lot of money.
Yes. Ulikuwa unakelea ngunia viazi hapa?
70 kgs.
Wewe.
Yes, I was masculine. Usiangalia saa hii. Yeah, so Meme was my classmate actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So I see Isiro Babe watching from Texas. Princess Caroline watching. Josephine Manyore is watching. Joseph Mwenda. Kelpa. Indy Waringa. Okay. Shavin Interiors, the CEO Interiors and Beyond, Wanadan. Wow, just wow. Keep up, sir. We are learning from your experience.
Praise.
Tevin Roy is watching, and we have Kandie Agencies. Was waiting for this. It has finally happened. The meeting between the two names, or two big names, two humbled Mwendas. May God bless you, two guys. Despite Dan Mwenda being a smart guy, he is humble and good-fearing. He's more than a brother to me. Tuned in from Kisumu. You know him?
He is one of my managers.
Oh.
Yeah, Kosai yuko Kisumu.
Oh.
He's actually your neighbor too.
Yes.
You should know him.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know him. And he also watches our podcast a lot.
Every
I see his name all over. Daniel Mugambi, Jeshuan, he's always watching.
Wonderful.
Bundi, Kikundi, nice Mwenda. So I don't know which is Mwenda now.
It is you, of
Mwenda.
course. You take the credit.
Lewis Kilenji Mugambi watching. Pali, Monica, Martin Morio Kimunya, Eric Kurutosh watching from Kwale County. Edwin C. Mwenda. Hey, Mwenda's wote wako hapa leo. Very educative CEO. Then we have Lewis Kidenji Mugambi. I always say I might not know my structural engineer, but I know my interior designer. Oh, by the way,
Keep
that's the
telling me
reality.
that. He keeps telling me that.
You don't get to know the architect, you don't get to know
He has always
the
called me
builder.
and said, I may not know my engineer, but I already know you.
Because, of course, you are in the people's eyes all the time.
Yeah.
Mario Mwanyoike watching Cynthia Wavinya. A question, why do many Kenyan interior designers, or rather the clients, prefer imported furniture to locally made ones, whereas we have really good artisans? What gap are the local artisans missing compared to the imported pieces?
Simple, technology.
Okay.
We miss out big on technology. When you import furniture from China, and I was in China last year, September, and I saw things that I didn't know they exist in this world. I wouldn't want to use the word behind, but indeed we had. So a local artisan may not achieve even 80% of what you want when it comes to furniture, because the knitting, the wood, the metal, everything that they're using in China is very different from what we have right now. Yeah.
Kwani kitu inatengenezwa na technology bwana?
Technology inaingia kwa hii fabric kwanza.
Okay.
Their fabric is not the fabric that we're using in Kenya.
Okay.
It is very different. That is why when you import, let's say, a recliner seat from China, utapata inaenda hata 20 years.
Yes.
Lakini hizi zetu locally, miaka 5 ikikanyangwa na mtoto ni shida.
Imeenda.
Yes.
Wow.
Even the system will also fail.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So technology is
It
the
is
issue.
technology.
But in the way we have smart people here.
We have a lot of smart people and very ready to work on such things. But shida inaingia hapo kwa between the smart people and the government.
Why?
The people are ready, they have the skills and they are ready to utilize the skills and do everything that is, that is supposed of them to do. Lakini sasa unapata, wewe ukiwa, mimi nikiwa done, kuna vitu unaweza fanya mpaka mwisho wangu. I need a factory, I need machinery. Na hiyo machinery haziko Kenya.
Lakini si ni wanabiashara?
Kuzileta Kenya, that is now the
duty ama
the duty, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Hapo ndio inaingia shinda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So inakaa ili kufanyia huko.
Unless you are really more named, because let me give you an example with the board cutting machine.
Yeah.
You will buy it in China with around 1.8 million. Very affordable. Lakini machine by the time inafika hapa Kenya, itakuwa imegonga karibu 12 million.
Oh.
Are you together?
Okay.
So because it comes in parts and every part is inajua inahesabiwa tofauti.
Yes.
Sawa? So inafika na around 12 million. Hiyo machine, the amount of money it can give you for you to get back your 12 million, leave alone now finder, that should go between 5 to 8 years.
Oh.
So unless you have ready money to invest.
Yes.
Not like you don't want quick money. And you see, we are young. We want to make money as quick as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chap chap.
Chap chap, pesa ikuje.
Pesa sasa. Yeah. Murioki Mugambi, Dan, how do you keep yourself updated with the new interior designs, and what has been the impact of AI on your designs?
You have you need to have a system. Let me speak from a personal experience. I have a system where the marketing team will do the research, not just marketing. They don't just market what we have already done. They also look at what other firms outside the country and even locally are doing. So the first thing is you have a marketing team, na uwezi kuwa wewe ndio umesimamia kampuni na wewe bado unafanya marketing. You will not achieve anything. So you need to have a system where the marketing team will take some days to learn. Then whatever new thing they see, they'll sit you down now as the CEO and teach you through. Like tumeona hii kwa AI, tumeona hii kwa Pinterest. How do you think about it? Yes.
Oh, so you are an innovative company.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, do you invest a lot in research?
A lot of time. Like you spend a lot of time on Pinterest, a lot of time in YouTube, especially YouTube. Let me be specific. YouTube as the best learning podcast, and unasikiza, unaona vitu ambazo huku unajua kama zina exist. Yeah.
Okay. Since like I realized when you look at the Fortune 500 companies, almost all of them, actually the amount of money they spend in marketing is almost the amount of money they spend in research. But if you look at our Kenyan companies,
they want to market. They want to market.
Yeah, nobody invests in any kind of research. market study and stuff like that.
That is why I told you I have sheria moja tu kwa wafanyakazi ambao ni wako kwa marketing team.
Yes.
Your job is not to market only.
Yeah.
You're going to market, yes, but research is number one. So when you do the research, you know, ukifanya research, utajua hata utaweza kuwa na uwezo wa kujua unafaa kumarket kwa nani. You don't just market.
Yes.
Like for instance, when it comes to Facebook ad, you can market in Lavington only. You know that?
Yes.
So unafaa kuwa na mtu anajua certain services and products are needed in Lavington and they are not needed in Juja. Right? So your ad inakuwa directed to Lavington.
Yes.
And that can only be achieved through research.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So it's very critical for any business out there investing in research. I like your idea where your marketers are your researchers.
Yes.
So they gather information and
they use it.
They bring back to the company and it's used by everybody else.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So unasikia tunahitaji kufanya maneno kama hiyo. If we need to step up. Yeah. So we have Nyamai MG Michael or MJ Michael. That's a friend of mine. He's saying following good conversation. Isiolo Press following from Isiolo County. We have Joseph Gitonga, Nikorale watching, Peter Ngugi watching, Kinyanjui Njenga, Mika Njiru, Eric Mutegi. Hey, Eric Mutegi is an architect, serious one, and a contractor. You know him?
Yeah.
Okay. Anasema yuko ndani. Michelle Maina watching, Ntutu Fredericks, Isiolo Voice watching from Marti, Kenya. Hey, Marti. Poleni sana kwa hiyo moto imemchomekea huko. Hopefully itaisha hivi karibuni. Na tunaomba kunyesha hivi karibuni. Hiyo moto inasumbua watu wetu sana huko.
Imekula eka mingi sana.
Mwenda Sami, Jambi Kaburio, Rakib Hassan, Evelyn Mama Africa, Angela Kabuvo, Jogu Frank, Kikonyo Ibrahim Dungo. Thank you for watching. So when it comes to environment, you see environment has been going green, eco-friendly materials and stuff like that. Is that something you can relate with?
Yes, of course we do, but partly because we are dependent on what we are being served by, let's say Chinese farms. As I told you, we don't have the capacity, the full capacity to bring in even wallpaper hatuwezi produce hapa Kenya. Hatuna
karatasi.
Hiyo karatasi tu tunaitisha China.
Kwa nini?
We don't have the capacity. We don't.
The machines or what?
Yes, I talked about machinery.
It all boils now to the machines,
Yes.
investment, capital, and government support.
And the government support, yes.
Okay.
For the capital, there are people who have capital and they are ready to invest. The problem is machinery na kuileta hapa Kenya sasa na kuanza hiyo kazi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to get experts to work on them. But people can be trained,
That
right?
is easy. That is easy. There are people in China who are jobless still.
Yes.
Wanaweza letwa hapa wakafanya kazi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Wakuje at least wafunze Wakenya na Wakenya nao waendelee. Unajua wa China wakuambia wakuja watakuja mbio sana.
Shida yao ni vile wanakuja tu wanachukua yote
wanapeleka huko. Anyway, lakini Kenya tunakubali kila mtu.
Kabisa. That is how we develop, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true that I mean, like a town cannot be developed by just the local people.
By the local people.
Yeah?
No, it doesn't work like that.
You have to have outsiders come in.
Yes.
Like, but they have been looking at some cities where there are no people from outside. They never get to grow.
Of course, they will
Like,
never.
like our own town, like Kianjai. It's been like that for years.
It's been like that since I was born, by the way.
Look at Nyeri.
Hivyo tu.
Hakuna.
Hata Murang'a, by the way, falls in the same category.
Yes. But then I'm glad nowadays when I go to the village kama huko Meru sasa. In the village majirani wetu sasa ni Wakisii.
Unapata watu wamechanganya.
So I mean that's what sparks growth. So hata wa China tusiwachukie.
Hatuwachuki. Hao ndio wanafanya tujue kama sio wa China, watu kama sisi wengine tutakosa hata kazi.
Yes. Wakuje wajenge affordable houses, watu wengi.
Yeah.
Okay. Hata sisi tunajenga bwana. Si wa China peke yao. So, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, maybe for some business,
Yes.
Maybe you can share your contact, your website, your social media.
Yes.
You can tell our people where can they find you?
You will find me, I have two offices. My first office in Ngara at Suraj Plaza. That is where you find me on Monday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Then Tuesday and Thursday you find me along Eastern Bypass. I also run some businesses around Eastern Bypass where I have 2 hardwares. So one of the hardwares also runs as an office. So that is where you find me the other 2 days. Hizo zingine ni za kazi, kwenda kwa site, kutembea kwa site na kufanya kazi.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And by the way, you do interiors all over Kenya?
Oh yes.
East Africa?
We have a running site in Kampala. We have a running site in Siaya, a place called Ndori. Watu huko wanajua. We have 2 in Meru, we have 4 in Mombasa, and 6 in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you have your contact or
yes.
share your
Number
contact?
ni hiyo 207 000 66957.
Sema tena?
07 000 66957.
Perfect. We also share it down here, so that you can get in touch with Duncan, and get your house souped up, get it looking nice like never before.
Beautiful.
Sindio?
Yes.
And now at this juncture is where the guest asks the host a question. Do you have any question for me?
Yes, of course. I have several questions. But I don't want to go very personal. You know,
no, me, I'm easy. You can ask anything. You can ask even what's the color of your underwear. So.
Hey, jamani, cut that. Iyo mtoe. Well, I wanted to know, I've always wanted to ask you, but you see, we meet in very, I don't know, we meet everywhere we meet, kuna watu wengine hatuwezangi kuongea sana.
Yes.
I've always wanted to learn your transition from abroad to Mombasa and then to Nairobi. That is what I have always wanted to know.
Oh, the journey.
Yes. I know partly about, you know, ile nyumba ya kwanza, vile uliuza. Unajua nimefuatilia hiyo yote.
Yes.
But now coming to Mombasa and then from Mombasa to Nairobi, hapo kidogo nilimiss out because nilikuwa naona Mwenda Thuranira Mombasa, and then you took the country bana. Yote. Ulichukua aje? That is what I want to know.
Okay, of course, it comes through, of course, by grace of God.
Yeah, sure.
That's number 1. Then number 2, of course, focusing, working hard. And one thing I really believe in is I don't like doing the same thing or being in the same market for more than 10 years. So I do 10 years. Since I know after 10 years, you have no idea, new ideas you're bringing.
Okay.
You have to change either the business, the location, or your ideas.
Oh.
So, for example, now I was in America for 8 years.
Yeah.
So that era ended. I was in Mombasa for 10 years. I came in 2008, left in 2018.
Oh.
Especially 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
So I knew now Mombasa, I'm not growing anymore. And you know when you stop growing, what happens? You start coming down.
You start coming down.
So, and now we are here now in the city for the last 6 years. And of course, I know I'll be here for another 10 years. Now, what I'm not sure of is my next 10 years.
Next
Will I go to the village? Will I go to...
You can't fit in the village.
Usewa jabara.
You can't
Ujana ni moshi.
Bana, bado kijana sana.
That's sijui, lakini that's basically is hard work. And of course, growing and networking, growing with people, seeing what other people are doing. And like right now, we are big on commercial real estate. And of course, you can't do big commercial real estate while you're in Mombasa or Kisumu or Meru or Isiolo, because the decision makers are here in Nairobi.
Right.
And you know, to make good business, you have to dine and wine these people, you have to meet, interact. Sasa kama singekuja Nairobi, ningekutana na Duncan kweli. It's a growing process.
Yeah.
And of course, now with the networks and growing network every day. Like every day I make sure I meet at least 10 new people and I call my existing 10 people almost every day. So that when I'm always fresh in people's mind, especially people I do business with. Hata kama ni kumsalimia. Yes.
It's still maintaining the relationship.
Yes. And out of that salamu, biashara always utoka.
Now that brings me to the second question.
Yes.
You see, wale watu ambao mko hapo kwenye wewe huko, in that level, it is easy for you to access fellow investors. People who are ready to invest with you.
Yes.
Because for one day they know your capacity. Wajua mimi sahi ni watu wachache wananijua. And only my close circle wanajua my capacity. For you, maybe a large percentage in Kenya, they already know your capacity.
Yes.
Now I wanted to know, how easy is it wewe kushikana na mtu mwingine na mwingine kusema wacha tu invest mali fulani. Is it easy and ama kuna vikwazo bando wale watu wenye wako na pesa yenye haina kazi? Unajua kuna watu wako na pesa haina kazi.
Wengi.
Yes.
Wengi.
Sasa hao watu wanasumbua bando.
No, of course, there are so many people there seated on money. You see many people with money, they are zero ideas.
I have ideas. Come with the money. I have the ideas. Let them come.
And they always say, there are two people who are very difficult to advise. You can't advise a man with money or a woman in love.
Indeed.
Indeed. But now what happens, of course, if you create trust with people over time, they'll want to invest with you. Of course, and building relationship. Like, for example, right now here in Nairobi, the people who buy our products, the people who are our tenants, look at like my town Karen.
Yes.
Wengi ni wa Mombasa.
Sure,
Those are relationships I built in Mombasa.
Yeah.
If you look at guys like Micah, Mombasa.
Yeah.
If you look at like we have a liquor store.
Yeah, so very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
That's my friend from Mombasa, Gitonga, and so many other, like Dr. Matris. These are people I built with time. And even the people who buy our product, let's say apartments, plots and stuff, actually these are my previous tenants. People I served 15 years ago.
Okay.
When it comes to real estate, I'm the one they know.
Oh.
So they end up coming to us over time.
Okay.
So basically building that network and keeping it, that machinery oiled always.
Good.
Yes.
Now, my third and last question,
Yes.
I shouldn't be asking you a lot. We've talked about the 8 years in US, 10 years in Mombasa, and now 6 years in the capital, and some 4 others, and the next step is yet to be known. I realized that you have very tall sons.
Yes.
Wanakuwa warefu na kushinda.
Yes.
Are you introducing them into the business?
Yes, of course.
Ndio nilikuwa nataka kujua sasa.
Of course, it's very important, like for the children to understand how you make money, how you earn money.
Sure.
You know, it's not good to just be consuming money and they don't know where it comes from. And it's good when they have that discipline at a young age to know that money is earned.
Yeah.
I mean, you have created.
So ya kutumia tu.
You have to add value for the other person to add value to you.
Correct.
So I always tell them to add value. Of course, now they are putting the value to themselves through education, through learning. But even at work, I go with them once in a while.
Wonderful.
By the way, even I'll be hosting them for podcasts.
Oh, nice one.
So that they can ask me questions, I can ask them questions.
Wonderful.
And also for people who are at my age, people who are at our level, the parents, they can understand where these kids are coming from, how they are thinking, and how they look at the future.
Oh,
you know, as we might be thinking this is the direction, kashamba, siju kanyumba.
And maybe they're in the tech world.
They're in a different world.
Yeah.
So we really need to understand what, since it's always said, it's not preparing the world for them, it's preparing them for the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully I answered your question.
Yes, you've answered it very well, especially the last one.
The last one. Maybe you can repeat it.
You know, the reason as to why I asked is because I have a problem with Kenyan investors.
Yes.
We spend a lot of time making wealth, creating wealth, and we run away from our families. They don't know what we do. And in case anything happens, because anyway, anything shall happen one day, one time.
You'll die one day.
One day, lazima. Wale watoto wakipatiwa ile kazi, 2-3 years, kwisha.
That is because you never prepared them.
Yes.
You prepared the world for them. Not the other way around.
And that is why you see Indians, you know, unapata kuna duka iko pale town, 1956 imeandikwa hapo. 1956.
Exactly. Actually, that transition and succession has been a big challenge for Africans. In fact, in one of the podcasts, we are looking to somebody who will come and talk to us about succession and mentoring these young people. How do we mentor them? How do we equip them for the future?
Nice one.
How do we make sure they don't go to waste?
That should happen very soon.
Very soon. So if you're watching us today and you understand that topic very well, mentorship, equipping the youth for the future, please get in touch with me. Write your information right here. We'll get in touch and we'll host you so that, that's a big problem which needs to be addressed, and we need an expert, somebody who understands, especially succession. Creating generational wealth.
Generational wealth is actually the right one.
Yes.
Generational wealth.
It said a good man
leave it.
Leave it for mpaka the fourth generation.
Mpaka the fourth generation. Yes.
Ndio.
Na kuanza zero kama sisi. Unajua mimi hata sikuanza zero, nilianza negative.
Ulianza negative. Yeah. Lakini you are here now.
I'm here with the big man.
That's good. That's good. Sasa, so what's the parting shot for today?
For the parting shot, I have several. I'm trying to get the simplest one. You need an interior designer if you want to live a lavish life. Yes.
They come to you.
You need an interior designer if you want to live a lavish life. You may have the money, but still at the end of the day, one thing people doesn't realize is that you spend more time in your house than any other place.
Yes.
You are supposed to sleep between 6 to 8 hours. Preferably maybe 7, 8 hours, 6 hours. Kulingana na wewe vile unaamua. So already in your bedroom, you're spending 6 to 8 hours. Haujahesabu masaa ya kukula breakfast, dinner, hiyo masaa ya kukaa na watoto kama 30 minutes ama 45 minutes. So you see at the end of the day, you spend more time in your house. Make it habitable.
Okay.
Make it beautiful.
Comfortable.
Make it comfortable. Make it enjoyable. Ukiingia kwa room usikae ni kama ukiingia kwa club kule sijui wapi na ukiingia kwa nyumba ni the same. Have some difference. Live a lavish lifestyle in your house because that is where you spend most of your life. Unajua watu wengi sana tunaachilia maisha, tunanunua magari makubwa, tunasahau nyumba kwanza ndio unakaa sana. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And another, maybe I have a question. When it comes to like technology.
Yes.
I've seen nowadays there's some houses you just go and crap, the lights are on.
Yes, yes.
You press a button, the curtain opens.
Yes.
Do you do that?
Yes, we do that.
Okay.
Closable curtains. Hizo ni vitu zimekuwa local for the last, I think, 6 years.
6 years.
Yes. You crap and the lights are on. The sensor light, sensor motion light. Hizo zote ziko. Yes.
Wow. Digital.
Yeah.
So, my friends, if you want to make your house digital, if you want to live comfortably, live in a beautiful environment, you need to get an interior designer. And why not Duncan? So thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll host you again. Personally, I've learned a lot, and I'm hoping my people have learned a lot.
Yeah, sure.
My online community always appreciates people who come and share ideas with them. As you can see, the number of questions, comments, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
To U-Town Mall, located on Nahongo Kigwaki Road near Green Court Estate in Utawala. With 3 floors, including a ground level, U-Town caters to the vibrant Utawala community, ensuring a steady flow of visitors. Our ample parking and competitive pricing set us apart, and there's no direct competition from other businesses within the mall. Come experience what we have to offer. Call us on 073-455-556.